46% of Google searches are local. Imagine the traffic that local businesses are missing out by not optimizing their presence. It says here 76% of consumers look for a company's online presence before visiting in person. But many local businesses have outdated or incomplete Google business profiles, just losing potential customers in the process. Now, this is going to take it to a different level. 70% of local searches never reach a phone call. Wow. Competition's fierce. That means they actually saw you, they saw the profile, but just didn't pick up the phone to call because the presence wasn't optimized. I'm Dr. Mayo at BizCrown Media. I help businesses with digital marketing to grow their brand, their business through different various marketing strategies using stuff like Google that we're going to talk about today. So stay with me. If you are looking to be able to do Google business ads locally, to increase your brand locally and to get more local leads, this is for you. If you're not too techie, like you just don't want to go into the techie stuff and want to deal with the basics, this is for you. If you've been struggling with local advertising, local Google advertising coming up on the local Google pages, this is for the Google this is for you. So we've had successes with Google Ads locally, helping businesses to do Google Ads locally so they could get more leads in the process and more business. And this has been in various industries. I'm talking about the healthcare industry, health and beauty industry, the healthcare industry. I'm talking about our real estate industry. Now, we've had misses too, like I said, and I'm going to share that too. So you can learn from this because I actually discovered later why we had these misses, which is very, very interesting. But again, if you've been struggling with knowing how to come up on Google, which is the most searched search engine, which means that when people have problems or they're looking for something, where do they go? Google, which means that you as a business, it's sort of on you to be optimized on Google so that, one, you could reach out to other people to grow your business, but also help customers in the process. Now, what's going on, if you think about it, Google Business was probably set up to help local businesses to grow their business based off of insights. And I'll tell you what kind of insights. So think about it this way. Let's say I'm a consumer. I was looking for something here and I searched for it, but where I found it was actually 50 miles away. And guess what? I got in the car and decided to drive or decided to order it to get it 3-4 days from now, which when most people want their orders that day. If you could get your order that day, you will. Well, what Google must have realized is there are local businesses that have this product. So there's a local business that has this product 5 miles away. But you, a consumer, doesn't even know about that local business. And now here you are driving 25 to 50 miles away to go get that product when you could have gotten it just 5 miles away. I mean, that's a big miss, man. When I say it's a big miss, it's a loss for the consumer. It's a loss for the business. I mean, think about the time the consumer has to take to drive there or the 3-4 days they have to wait to go get it. And you as a business just losing them as a customer. I mean, these are big things, man. These are big misses. And that's why a lot of local businesses wonder, why am I not succeeding? It could be because your profile where most people search for businesses on Google is not optimized to provide enough information. So this is very important when you think about it. So the good thing, though, about Google and the good thing about this discussion I'm having here is we have a course. So even if when I'm done with this and you're like, wow, I want to jump into it, we're not leaving you hanging. There's a course, a very basic course that you could take to be able to start doing ads on your own, at least from a basic standpoint to grow your business locally. And when I say basic, this is not Google Ads, the main Google Ads. This is actually using your Google business profile for local advertising to grow your business. It's very possible, guys, without breaking the bank, in all honesty, unless you want to, which you will still, get results. Now, let's talk about some of the pain points that we've identified here. Some of the pain points that we've seen is a lot of people not understanding exactly what to do, not knowing how to create an ad, not knowing how to optimize their profile. And this seems to be sort of like the techie stuff, And there are tons of, we have, if you go to our Google tutorial section on YouTube, we have tons of Google tutorials there that could help you with this stuff and creating posts on Google Business, adding images and offers on Google Business. And so it's not as complicated as you might think. It's quite simple. So we have these tutorials. Feel free to go and check them out. But part of it is not a lot of people knowing, hey, can I even create an ad? I don't know how to create an ad. Another one is just the fact that people think, hey, I have to spend a lot of money for these ads. And in some instances you do. I'm not going to lie. And that's what I'm going to share, especially when it comes to the misses we've had, because it had to do with budget. So depending on your industry, this might be a consideration. Absolutely might be a consideration. That one of the challenges could be the budget, because if you are spending to compete with somebody who's got a way bigger budget, well, that gets you lost in the process. But we will share more on that later when it comes to the misses. And then another one that I've seen here, at least with the businesses I've seen and helped, is just even understanding the capabilities of Google Business. They don't know that you could put offers there. They didn't know you could do ads on there. They didn't know you could put events on there that's optimized to reach people locally when they're looking for stuff like that. They have no clue. And so these are some of the intriguing things I want to call, not just pain points, but things that intrigue business owners when I talk to them about the capabilities and the possibilities they can get by optimizing their Google business profile. Now you think of it. Why is this important? You think of when you search for stuff online, your Google business profile is linked sort of to maps, the Google Maps. So when people are searching for businesses, the maps pop up, you see the maps, they'll call it the 5-pack or 3-pack, whatever it is. And being on there makes you so visible, because a lot of people are searching. And so you think about it, if 5,000 people are searching at a particular time, now I'm just being facetious, this number is not real, I'm just 5,000. 5,000 people are searching at a particular point in time for your business, for your service or your product in that area, and you are that visible in that 3 or 5-pack, you most probably will get a phone call if your presence is optimized well enough for who is looking for that. So these are some of the things that a lot of businesses just don't know. They don't know about it, too techie. They don't know the capabilities, and these are a few challenges. And so I'm here to say that totally overcomable, if that's a word, right? Totally overcomable. We could totally overcome. And also the first things I want to talk about now is some of the successes that we've seen and how we got to them. Now, of course, when you go and create your ad, you have to have an objective, right? The objective has to be sort of targeted. I've seen a lot of instances where people create ads and it's just so broad. It's not targeted. It is just so broad. It's like, okay, first you're going to lose a lot of money because of that, and then you're not really even going to get to the people you want to get to. And so the targeting is very important. And when I say targeting, the successes we've had, I'll give you an example. So let's say for a hair salon. Well, when we met with them, we asked, okay, where do you guys want to drive business? Where do you guys need more business? Where do you want to grow your revenue? And they said, okay, we want to grow our revenue in the nails department so people come in and do mani-pedis. We want to come in so people could do different kinds of hairstyles, like maybe balayage. They'll actually give us the names of the hairstyles. You'll be amazed that people are actually searching for these hairstyles. Like, you search for terms yourself. Our job then is to go and look for keywords, related to balayage, related to mani-pedi, which could be mani-pedi near me, which could be balayage near me, which could be balayage, top balayage near me. All these keywords, we then go look for them, specific keywords, and then run ads based on them, which is, if you've looked at the tutorial, or even the brief one that we have, the little mini Google Ads tutorial that we have, you will see that your keywords really matter. The keywords that you put in really matter, because they matter in the sense, one, if there's a lot of them, your budget gets affected because now you have a whole lot of keywords, right? And if they're not specific enough, then you won't get exactly the target market that you're aiming for. So instead of us just going and saying, and in some instances we say here near me, do not get me wrong, but I'm saying when you're targeting specific campaigns and your budget is limited, where you're targeting specific goals, make your objectives fit with those goals. So let's say now the example, I'm going back to this again. We're talking about how we drove their nails, mani-pedi, and the hair. So Optimize It got those keywords related to that, put them in Google, and optimize for that in the ads, and consistently check to see which ones are they looking at, which ones are the, through different metrics, you'll be able to see that, which ones are, people responding to, and modify it from that. And from there, we actually saw success. And when I say success, like, the salon's grown pretty well. I mean, significantly well since we've started implementing these strategies. I'm talking about a great amount of growth, like 40, 50% in growth since then. And a lot of it could be attributed to the ads, and changing them to match exactly. And we get phone calls from them like, hey, we need help in this department now. And then, okay. Or we're launching a new product. Go, okay, cool. What's the product? We go do our research, look for the keywords related to that product, put it in. And then another thing that affects your keywords is your radius. And I see a lot of businesses doing this too. Well, if you're a local business catering to, let's say, hair, or let's say this example to nail salon, well, you're probably looking at a 25, 30-mile radius. What is the point in optimizing an ad for 100 miles? A lot of businesses do this too. A lot of people I've seen do this just go, whoa, the whole of the Chicagoland area. Wow, well, that's pretty broad. Who's going to, depending on your business now, if you're one in a diamond in a rough, where it's just, you're just one guy that's running the show, I get that, in the whole Chicagoland area. But if you're not, then target your area, target your locality, 15 miles, 20 miles. And I'll tell you, if you're just starting, there's nothing wrong with starting with 10 miles, 15 miles, and just taking it up there. But those successes we've seen, and that's worked. I'll tell you the industries that's worked for. That's worked in the hair care and beauty industry. That's worked in commercial real estate. We've done that for commercial real estate too. We've done that for the auto mechanics. We've done that for the healthcare industry. We're talking about chiropractors. And it's worked phenomenally using these type of ads. And you think of it, the whole goal is when you do these ads, which you've seen before, these ads are the ones that show up when people are searching on the top part of your Google screen. Your results page is what I should say. So those are some of the successes we've seen, and it's based on that. I'll tell you that. It's based on being very specific with the keywords, especially when it comes to the budget. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the misses we've had. Actually, it's been just one miss for the most part that we've had. And I'll tell you why. I did not discover this for a very, very long time. What was it? We were assisting an interior designer, and that was their main question too, is how do we show up on Google, ranking on the top page? We're like, okay, we could do that. We do Google ads. Make that work for you. Well, we ran the campaign for 3 to 6 months and very minimal success, very, very minimal success. And I wondered why, because we followed the same strategies we had followed, that had been successful, the roadmaps that had been successful. And we followed them, but we just did not get any success as we wanted. Were there phone calls? Yeah, very minimal, very minimal. Well, that didn't work. And the only thing we had to resort to was organic marketing, where we had to just really optimize their site a lot to get them up organically, because them showing up on that top part was quite tough, but I'll tell you why. So depending on the industry that you're in, and again, this person was an interior designer. This company was an interior designer. The thing was, there were other bigger companies out there like the What Advisors and This Advisors, and those guys were spending big budgets to be on top, which could be a challenge for a local business depending on the industry that you're in. I could then see why we're successful in like the healthcare, because there's no really big player, in that field in healthcare, or the salons are pretty spread out, the auto mechanics are pretty spread out, whereas like an interior design, you're going into the advisors, the home, all these guys. Now, what really blew my mind was a few months later, which really blew my mind and opened everything up for me, was we met with another business who said, hey, we are absolutely interested in optimizing our presence online. We've been too reliant on one of these big sites, which I just told you about, the advisor site. They said, we see success there. We've had success there. And I said, okay. Now, I asked them, like, okay, how have you guys been successful? They go, we go there, we run our ads, and then people give us a call and whatnot. Now, this, again, blew my mind away. I'll tell you why. Because in doing research for the old guys, I was looking for ways to get them leads and to grow their business. And one of the ways that I looked at was actually looking at these advisor sites. But everything that I saw there pretty much sucked. I saw guys writing there, or people, I shouldn't say guys, I saw people writing there like, we spent $600, we didn't get anything. We spent $500 for a year. Each month we didn't get anything. So I just went, you know what, that's probably not the place to go. Fast forward, in meeting these new interior designers that said they've been very successful on there, I asked them, what's led to your success? Like, I've not heard a lot of businesses get success through this avenue. Well, guess what it was? It was their budget. They were spending a heck of a load of amount of money. Not even close to what we were spending on Google Ads. And that was an eye-opener for me. So they were spending big budgets to be on one of these advisor sites who always rank as number one. You see that? Sort of tough to battle with. And how do you go around that? A few ways you go around that is optimizing locally for specialty stuff, looking for more niche things, niche word specialty, optimizing organically. And if you do ads, going into video ads, that's a totally different topic. But then, because most of these big brands aren't doing that, as I see, then that gets to set you apart. But we'll save that for another day, because Google video ads are phenomenal. Phenomenal. Anyway, let's move on. So that's what we've seen. So the successes, again, I want to reiterate it, is we've seen businesses grow from a 40-50% over a course of time and consistently doing these ads. Now, if you think we just did the ads and they grew, that's not it. No, there was a whole lot going on. Like, for instance, we went to their Google business profile and pumped it up with a whole lot of pictures of their businesses so people could have a good view, a good 360 view of what was going on. So the importance is, you just running ads is great, but without having an optimized profile, without having a great website, you might be doing yourself not the best justice, because the competition is fierce. The competition is fierce, and the first impression in this instance makes a whole lot. The half-second impression, not even first, the half-first impression in this instance makes a whole lot of difference. And you going there is really you optimizing, you doing these ads is really what's going to make a huge difference for you from a local standpoint in advertising and growing your brand. So at times I'll get a lot of people that say, hey, I want a lot of people to know we're out there and we're doing well and the lights are on and things we do. Social media is great for that. I want us to blow up now. I need leads right now. Well, Google is good for that, because the people that want stuff right away, where do they go? they go to Google. You don't necessarily go to Google. You don't necessarily go to social media to go search for stuff. You just go there, and when you see stuff that's cool, you go, oh my God, that's pretty cool. I'm going to get that. But you don't go, hey, I need something. Let me go search on Facebook for the most part. No, it's probably go to a search engine to go do that. So I hope this was helpful. Again, if you want to learn how to do these ads locally from a very basic standpoint, we have a course for you that will easily help you achieve that. And if you also want to know how to optimize your Google business profile, make sure you follow our Google tutorials, our Google video tutorials, because we always put a lot out there. That will make, a big difference. That'll just make a big difference, because the more you optimize your presence, the more you do these ads, the more your brand and awareness grows locally based on people searching for you and people finding you and making that connection to come to you and then conduct business with you. Again, I hope this was helpful. If it is, like the video, subscribe to our channel. We'll continue to do more personable videos like this, where I explain a whole lot of stuff that we have already out on YouTube, at least so you understand like the psychology behind it. Till next time, take care.